have to go first.
Yeah.
I did not have a lot of expectations. I wasn't sure what kind of fencing they would have seen, so I needed to know that I could walk into the space and pick up beginners or really advanced martial artists. And what we had was a lot of advanced martial arts. They didn't have my theory, so I could lay out the theory and then rely on them to give me execution with minor adjustments. So advanced students working at a high level that just need me to nudge them in the right direction.
Yeah, my only real expectations were just people that were very curious, very wanting that knowledge. They want to understand what's happening, and that's the only thing I really had coming. I can go first.
Yeah.
My expectations were actually met. You know, all the people that are here, everybody that's here to learn, like there's smiles on their faces. They're really happy to be here. Any little bit of information they can get, you know, it's soaking into. They're just soaking into it. They're asking more questions. They're excited about what's going on, and you know, we're just running out of time to do all the great things that we want to do. Yeah.
What about you, Pop?
For me, what I really love, I love watching teachers teach. And so I love to watch people teach so I can see how they form their ideas, how they present their material and bring it to the students. And seeing new teachers that I really enjoy. So I've always enjoyed working with Tim. We've been friends for a long time, and Maestro Pue, Tom. But getting to see TJ teach and the other teachers, just a joy, right? And to watch, like the reason I keep teaching is because I love it when a student has a moment, an epiphany, and they realize it and the art is created in the moment and we find this instant of beauty. And when I'm there for the first time and I see that, it gives me a lot of joy. I guess I'm going first. Yeah, I was surprised at how early we had to get up.
You're not the first person to say that today.
But let me think. What else surprised me? I think most of the surprises are surprises of delight, right? So we had a lot of different people training in a lot of different traditions. No bad behavior, right? Everyone working together as a community, looking for something special, helping each other, lifting each other up. This is what I like.
Yeah, my only surprises were, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. It was basically the same, you know, the surprises were all, I saw something that I didn't expect, you know, just a little something, somebody would move or somebody would mention something. I knew quite a bit about some of these arts before, but even then I hear something and and that triggers something, and then I gotta go and track that down. And those are the only real surprises, those surprises of delight. For me, it feels like the first time that Spanish arts and personally Filipino arts have been brought together to be examined together, as opposed to just the one being featured and then mentioning the other one, or kind of talking about it or making suppositions about it. But to extend that to beyond the Filipino arts, all these other martial arts from around the world that Spain has touched, bringing those together, I don't know of that happening before this.
For me, the classical Italian fencing tradition that I was part of, it was almost lost entirely. So now that I'm teaching teachers and trying to preserve these traditions, it becomes very important to me that we capture. Right? Sure. So I see here other people struggling against time to preserve old traditions and to protect them, pass them on to the next generation. And I think this is the reason why I wanted to do this event, was because we need to capture what we have so that it's not lost, so that it's available for future generations. As imperfect as a vehicle as I am, I'm going to share what I have, and hopefully the next generations can take the good and make it better and forget the bad. my main takeaway so far, that physics is physics, bodies are human bodies. So sometimes the nature of our causes, our human bodies and the weapons and the way that we have to move, they cause rhymes, right? And those rhymes can be really powerful. So I see somebody moving in a way that I appreciate, I like, I understand, and I can borrow technique or pedagogy from that person. So I saw things in the knife class that I really liked, working with my
the movie knife class?
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly. So he and I have a lot of similar pedagogy because we use similar lunging and we use profiling shots. And then Ton had a really lovely bit about pendular arm, which I'm stealing immediately. Like, if I don't take that home with me, I'm an idiot. Because it's a good bit of pedagogy. There's a lot of good pedagogy happening here, and that gets me excited. So these are the things that I really want to take.
I see. And what about you?
For me, my key takeaway from this is really just that there's a lot of people out here that are excited about this, and as you mentioned, trying to preserve these arts that may not go on. And so sometimes when you're really caring about this and you're trying to preserve these arts, you can kind of get into a little bit depressed because you feel like I'm trying to do this. You get a student to come up and then they're gone and they disappear, and you got to keep going through and keep losing people, and you're like, does anybody else care about this thing that I care about? And then you go out there and you see 30 people who they all care a lot about this thing that you care about. So it really lifts your spirit. Well, the team did a really good job of making sure everything was ready, available, prepared, all that was good. The only thing for me really is just that people are weak and need rest and time, and I understand there's a lot and we're trying to cram all into everything, and you reach a point of it's full. There's just nothing else, and we need time to rest, time to recover in order to gain more.
Every person has said that today.
Yeah. It's a lot.
I understand. And for you, Bob?
Yeah, I agree. I think yesterday at the hotel we were able to grab some protein right before we left, but the hotel breakfast started at the same time as the seminar, so we had to grab something quickly here. So there was a decent chance we were going to move into 4 hours of training without food in our stomachs, just because of the way the scheduling happened. So I think I would like some more appreciation for like the frailty of human beings and that need for a little bit of fuel in the tank before we get started. But like that's a constructive criticism thing. But the things that went well, normally when I wear a mic and things like that happen, or I'm trying to deal with cameras, it can be really distracting. The team here was excellent, knew exactly what they wanted.
So happy to hear that.
Yeah, it was never a bother for me.
Yeah, they were basically invisible, which, I mean, that sounds awful because it's like, I don't want to
exactly
see them.
Our goal, yeah.
Right, they weren't in the way at all, they weren't obtrusive, but every time we needed something, they were right
always there.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to hear that.
Yeah, I was really happy so the team is really well organized. They're clearly working towards the same goal. They've got a lot of things streamlined. I think we just need to make sure that people have the energy and a little bit of time in the end.